Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Lech Durch Musar podcast. We continue with the Pele Yoeitz. We are on page 55. We are on page 169 in the art scroll, day 55 of Hachzik. In regard to deciding halachas and psak in Torah. So we're talking about Chavrusa over here. A person has to be apprehensive. He can't just jump into anything and say, I know the halacha. You have to be very careful and humble. And it is proper to discuss the matters with other people so that you'll get the right halacha and you won't err. If you're in a place where there's no other rabbanim, no other places to discuss, he must become his own partner. He has to dig thoroughly through a subject, meaning if he's a Rav in an Adatan community and there was no times of WhatsApp and texting and cell phones and emails and it was just him, then you have to plunge to the depths and you have to become your own devil's advocate. You have to play both sides. Dig deep because people are counting on you. You have to come to the emes. And you have to come up with different angles to counter and to contradict yourself and to ask kashas on yourself. And you should make every effort to prove yourself incorrect and to persistently seek the error of reasoning. When you do this, you come to the truthful judgment. Now, when one studies Torah, the same exact thing. When you come to a good answer, don't say, Yishmaka answer. Do everything to beat it up. Do everything to rip it apart, to tear it, to destroy it. And when you do this, you'll come to the truth. The greatness, we're talking about Chavrusas over here, and the greatest benefit of a friend of a Chavrusa to those who are Yireh Shamayim is Kachi Chavasa v'Kachna Lanu. The greatest goal, the greatest accomplishment, the greatest te'elis of a Chavrusashaft is that aside from going back and forth and from talking to each other, etc., but you're also going to share life's goals and aspirations and accomplishments, goals and ambitions, and that's going to make a matziv of positive pressure that you're going to want to accomplish. And always finding the emes, you're going to help each other on the quest of life. But know that this whole connection and companionship is only going to be able to be properly cultivated between people that are like-minded, that they're similar in disposition and tendencies. So then they'll be able to connect and they won't separate. It's taka hard. And says the Pele Yoeitz that if one does find it, you have to grab it and never let it go. And just as the right companion will be great as a partner, help him achieve. The same is on the side of that a bad friend will bring a person down and cause great harm. Because it's impossible, you won't be influenced by the person. As we know that a person goes after his neighbors, and therefore every person must be vigilant and careful to guard themselves and their children, to distance themselves from improper friends, and to make sure that they're situated amongst Tamidei Chachamim. Ki ish reim l'Yisrael b'hilech es Chachamim yachkem. If a person cannot secure a good friend, then a person should let him seek the counsel of his wife. Then your wife should be the one to give you counsel. on this topic over here of your wife giving you the counsel. So the Pele over here is advising that a person, like not to say it's b'diavad, but a person should have another male counterpart to grow, and that's a charusa. But when I was in Eretz Yisrael in the Mir, I used to go to a Shalom Bayis Vad from Reb Aaron David Shlita, one of the tzaddikim of the Mir, and he used to say, I have it written down, I don't have it with me, but he always would say that your wife, you have to treat her like an Urim V'Tumim. A lot of times you can become supik, you don't have clarity, you're not sure. And he would always tell young light that come with his questions. He said, did you ask your wife? Did you speak to your wife? Did you present the question to your wife? A wife has been a Yisera. We spoke about previously about how a lady gets to those madrigas. It comes over time, but there's this innate gift that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives in a marriage. And Rabbi Aaron David was the biggest pusher, the biggest proponent of this. Your wife is an Urim V'Tumim. We see over here, the Yoeitz tells us that you can go to her for counsel